Hey, I Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. Well, we've reached the end of the season on the hanging baskets. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim off all that old plant material. We've already gone through and taken all the cuttings that we think will work. So it's cross your fingers and just hope it works, because come Monday, which is less than a week away, we're going to get our first frost for the season, which means these baskets, no matter what, they are going to end there. So we're going to go ahead and end them a little bit earlier, and we're going to go through and kind of tear them down. And if we get time, we'll go and see if we can find the sweet potatoes in there. If not, we'll do that on another video. But let's get closer and I'll kind of show you the teardown process. So when tearing down a basket, most important thing you need is a pair of hand pruners. Second most important thing is to not cut those wire hangers with the hand pruners. But what you're going to do is you're basically just going to go around the outside of the basket, and you're going to start peeling away and trimming it right to the edge of that basket. So we've already got our cuttings of the sweet potatoes and all our other petunias, so we should be okay. If not, I'll figure out a way to get more. But all this plant material must come off. And the best part is we don't need to throw this in the trash. All of those can go right in our yard waste recycle bin. So the question might be, when do you know it's time to tear down your baskets? Well, once you reach October, they're still looking terrible from the summer heat. That's probably about time. You know, I'd like to have them last a little bit longer, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. There's the big pile of vegetative matter. And there's our little basket that's left. So we're going to work with this one in just a little bit, but we're going to put all 5 of them here at the same time. You don't have to wear gloves while doing this. I simply do, because the sucrose esters on there from the petunias are rather sticky. And also we've got that latex coming off the sweet potato vine. Prefer not to have a reaction to it. Sweet potato vine on these, it did get about 10 foot long, which is about right. Kind of see the solar tower black. That's a pretty significant branch, or cluster. So we should have a sizable potato in there. Make sure you know where your hands are. These pruners will cut you if you're not careful. Actually, it's not the pruners that are cutting you, it's you cutting you. I'm just getting this all out of the way. Okay, so what we're going to work on next is we're going to go ahead and tear down the baskets themselves. So we're going to remove the wire hangers, remove the pulp pots, and then we're going to try to look through it and see if we can find the sweet potatoes. And this kind of goes in the opposite direction that we put these together. So if you look way back in the video, I only put a single loop on my wire hanger baskets. So I'll be able to take these wire hangers off rather easily. And that's done on purpose. It just makes them easy to disassemble, easy to assemble, and just a little twist around is plenty good. We won't be reusing these pots. I do have a use for them. It's waxed pulp, so it's waxed paper, and is a really good fire starter. So I'll let these dry out a little bit, and then we'll use them as a fire starter. And the wire hangers, those can actually go straight in the recycle bin into your kind of cardboard, plastic, and metal recycling. So we are going to be pretty close to having a totally green basket here. So I may need to We need to work on this a little bit. My baskets wilted a little in the heat as far as the pulp, which makes it a little bit harder to extricate them. Look at that. Look at that root mass. That is pretty good. That's how you know you did a good job on your baskets. Look at that. Where are you? Right there. That's how you know you did a good job on your baskets. Look at all that vegetative matter there. I think that's coming from the sweet potato, which there's some of our sweet potato tubers right there. So we're going to cut all of this stuff off flush to the ground. So all that top material can go in our yard waste. And this, we're going to hold on to this for a little bit because we're going to try to dry it out and get the roots to go dormant, and then we're going to dig into it and try to find the sweet potatoes. But this is about as far as we're going to tear this one down. These are all the verbena roots. If I really wanted to save them, I can take these and put them in some moist peat moss to keep them good all winter long, because there's no insects on those. And they'll actually send up buds in the spring and start growing from that rootstock. Okay, put that off the side. There we go. Oh, there's sweet potato tubers all through this. Look at that. Oh, that purple goodness. Look at those. Now, we're not going to eat these because I've used insecticides on these plants this year. It's interesting how the yellow sweet potatoes have red roots. I think the red sweet potatoes had yellow roots. There's more sweet potato roots there. That's pretty cool. Yep, there we go. Red roots again on the yellow sweet potato. One last basket to tear open. And this one has the purple sweet potato, and look at that, white roots. So yeah, the roots are the opposite. So there's an end of the season teardown on the hanging baskets. The soil, that can be broken up and spread into your flower beds. The vegetative matter, go ahead and put that in your yard waste. Metal hangers, those go into the recycling bin. Plant tags, those go into the trash. There is a number 6 recycling on there, but you can try it. I don't know many places that handle a number 6. So that's recyclable. And then this, our wax paper pulp, this can either go into your compost heap and it'll decay in about 3 or 4 months. So over the winter, it's going to keep decaying if you have that in a big pile of leaves. Or if you have a wood-burning fireplace like me, I let these dry out a little bit, and then we use just a little piece of that as a fire starter. So they do get used with our firewood. So pretty much everything is used and taken care of. Very little plastic waste. And I don't really have a choice on these. These are mandatory. They're required by the vendor. It's really the only plastic that I throw away in my hanging baskets, because I don't throw away the plastic 4-inch pots. I reuse those. The plug trays, I reuse those. So that's compostable or burnable. That's recyclable. And if you have a place that'll do number 6 recycling, you can do that. But most of them, just have to throw that away. But that's a very small amount. Unlike if you did regular nursery containers, you have that big plastic basket. Those are generally not recyclable unless you have a place that takes nursery containers, but that's a big amount of plastic, which is why we went to pulp. I'll maybe link a video about why we use the pulp on here later. But I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of a teardown. I hope you've learned something about tearing down baskets at the end of the season. But most of all, I hope that you consider subscribing to our channel, and if you feel so led, go ahead and join up with a membership. There's many different tiers there. As time goes on, there's going to be more and more content. I've got a bunch of it for the plaid tier already. And then all of our videos that we shoot, they are released every 3 days. There's kind of a rolling calendar of them being released every 3 days for our non-members. So you're going to see a good portion of our videos that are between 8 and 14 minutes. But the longer videos, those, over 14 minutes or half-hour stuff, kind of the member cuts, those are going to be for our members only. But you're still going to get a lot of the content. You're just not going to get a lot of the side commentary or the extended view or the rambling conversation of me as I shoot the videos. But as always, Ag Teacher Thoughts.